Hello everyone, welcome back to the Blue Texan. Today, in my third episode of the Senate rating/prediction series for the 2022 midterms, I'm going to go over some Midwestern states after I did part of the West Coast with Washington and Oregon and Nevada, and I did the New England area with New York, and some of the Mid-Atlantic area, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania. Our states today will be Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Wisconsin. Three states I would rate basically solid. One maybe could be competitive in a somehow wave Democratic year, which these are historically years that have a Democratic president and a midterm historically wave Republican. So it's not going to be. So three basically solid races, two sort of competitive races. One of them vary. We'll start with the Democratic safe seat, Illinois. I don't know who it is, if it's Dick Durbin or Tammy Duckworth. I'm pretty sure Tammy Duckworth is their other senator. Whoever it is, they're not going to lose. They don't have a Republican that can challenge them and win. So it's too far gone, Illinois is, for the Republicans to win in a Senate election. And so I rate that as a safe Democratic, and I rate Indiana, on the flip side, as a safe Republican. Obama's win there in 2008 was, I think, a fluke. I think that was just a one-time thing. He somehow was very appealing, just the right candidate with his right message of hope and change, and he got enough moderates on his side, enough voters on his side, and got lots of turnout out. That's what flipped Indiana. Indiana's solid red. Governor, Senate, and President, solid red. Iowa. We're going to go to Iowa. Likely Republican. A poll showed that most Iowans want Chuck Grassley to retire. I don't think he will, but even if he does, I think is it his grandson, I believe, might run. Grassley's going to win. Republicans will win this seat. So Iowa, along with Ohio, they've shifted a lot with Donald Trump, and they are very Republican states, somewhat competitive, but not very anymore. Iowa, likely Republican seat, I rate it as. We'll go to Ohio, which I rate as a lean Republican seat. I think Tim Ryan's going to be a decent candidate for the Democrats, but I still don't think he could win. I think he can narrow it up a bit, but I think the only time Democrats are going to win here is Senate elections with Sherrod Brown. I think Sherrod Brown could get reelected here. It'll be closer, but I think he will be reelected when his time comes, if he runs for reelection. And the only candidate I see that could ever win this, Ohio, for a long time, presidentially now, for the Democrats, would be Sherrod Brown, if he does run for president ever. But it would be a fight. And so, Ohio. I think I've been saying Iowa this whole time. I might not have been. But Ohio, lean Republican. Now the big one, the race that's the most competitive out of these five, Wisconsin. Ron Johnson seems to be decently unpopular. He's also pretty pro-Trump. He said he would retire, but is now seeming to go back on this promise that he was going to retire at the end of this term, because there is a Democratic trifecta, and Donald Trump is urging him to run again. He lied to his supporters if he does run again, because he said he would retire. So I think also his Trumpness, even though the state went narrowly to Joe Biden, very narrowly, and went for the out of the three Rust Belt states that the blue wall, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, that flipped in 2016 that were shockers. It was the largest margin of victory for Donald Trump, the narrowest margin of victory out of those three for Joe Biden. It's still a Joe Biden state. He's still a Trumpist Republican, and he lied. If he does run, he did lie about retiring. So I do think with all of that piled on top of him, it will be a tilt Democratic flip, and he will be flipped out of that seat, and Democrats will gain. So right now, on my map, we have 3 gains, 2 cancel each other out. The New Hampshire and Pennsylvania would cancel each other out. So right now, Democrats are +1. Republicans need to counteract that. We'll have to see. And of course, there's a lot of Democratic seats I've rated right now. I have 45 Democratic seats to 34. But to any Republicans watching, don't worry, plenty of Republican seats are coming in the next 2 episodes. I'm going to focus on the Red Wall, North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas, and Oklahoma, and then the South, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, around that area. And some very competitive states like Georgia, Georgia and North Carolina. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments and if you have any differences on these ratings. Bye.